It is time that we perhaps embrace these recent cases of, women boldly, approaching men, or vice versa. I think we have agreed that it is vice versa, and I'm glad that we have brought it to that point. Should it be encouraged by the persons that are being approached? Should they agree to some of these agreements, sometimes in exchange for money, sometimes for the sake of just doing it? Sometimes you actually think that that man is so rich, so why not? Why not sire a child with them? After all, I am not going to be part of his life, but then again, my child is likely to inherit, and perhaps have a good life in future. Should it be encouraged? Should this other party perhaps question, want to know why? Or they should just swing into action and you say, what? A baby, after all, no problem. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm smiling because it's kind of a bit tricky. So one thing that we must understand, I'll throw in the blanket of being self-aware. Self-awareness is very, very important for every human being because it keeps you woke, psychologically, spiritually, and even physically. So when you are woke psychologically, then there are things your conscience will always question you. So yes, you'd want to get, I see that rich guy, I want to sire a kid with him, I just need that kid, and at the back of my mind, human being, we're very corny people. At the back of my mind, there is always something I stand to gain. Either I stand to gain that kid, because I know that kid will gain something from there. One day, one time, I'll step out. I'll say, I also have a kid for this person, A part of inheritance is mine. Because there's a blood. So in everything we do, in everything a human being does, there's always an end result. It might not manifest today, but there's always an end result, what we stand to gain from something. Because again, such people making such utterances or such decisions, one, they're not every riffraff, they're well-informed people. Let's just agree on that. They're not every riffraff. They're well-informed people. They are people with stature in the society. So when they make such decisions, they know the end result. But I'm praying and I'm hoping that we as a society, we don't get to such a place. Because for once, this child will feel like, I was just a by the way. I wasn't planned for with love. I didn't come here with love. Because I want to remind you, Linda, that 3 months to a child's birth, a child is aware of the environment they're going to. So as a mother, you'd say, or as a father, you'd say that, you know what, just give me the baby and go. You're denying this child. And the questions that will come later, even 30 years, even 40 years, we've seen kids who disown their parents. Ask about why. They'll tell you, you won't understand. From their point, you really won't understand the reason why they had to walk out of their parents, but the society will be there to judge them. Why are you disowning your parents? Why are you doing this? But the same society was not there to not per se condemn, but to instill some awareness in these people's mind. This is not, has nothing to do with surrogacy. It has nothing to do with surrogacy. Yes. So before you take a decision, the only person you can never lie to is your conscience. Upeane mtoto leo and then give yourself 40 years. You sired a child somewhere. Your conscience will crucify you for that.
Well, interesting. Let's come to you, Mary, and I know, and this many ladies will tell you, that some men will want to get into your heart through the baby, acting like they love the baby, they would want to be part of the baby, they would buy the baby suit, all that. You said we're 3 years old, right? At this very point. Have you introduced this one that and not necessarily as your partner, maybe your brother, your dad, a gentleman that you feel like, this one is good. This one would come and speak to the girl, and the girl would just understand that there's warmth, there's security, there's a man in charge. Is there one that you have introduced or you're intending to introduce to them? Is there one that you think, this one would guide my child in the right way?
So far, I haven't introduced her to any man. Do I intend to? Let's see what
How
the
it goes.
future. Yeah.
Let's ask the psychologist that question. At what stage then do you get to introduce? Because let's face it, it is happening, it is here.
No, but
So,
before
she comes in.
Before I introduce you, okay, currently I'm still working on myself.
Yeah.
Like, healing is a journey. It's a process.